Yes, my name is Ian Palfreyman. My title of work is I'm a Twisthand. I work a lace machine.
Do you know where the term Twisthand comes from?
Only from what I've heard down the line, it evolves around the fact that we have carriages and bobbins, and the thread twists round the threads that are making the pattern and bind it all together. That's why we're called Twisthands.
When did you start working as a twist hand, and what brought you to this career?
Well, I started in the trade in 1965, Easter, and the reason I came into the trade mainly was because of the money. The money was very good in those days, and in Long Eaton, the only other comparable trade was the furniture trade.
What was involved in the training process for the job?
It was a 5-year training period, and we had to go to college on day release and also one night as well. And that started after I started out on pressing. That was pressing the bobbins, and then after a couple of years of doing that, I went onto the shop floor, which then enabled me to go into a training shop, because the company I worked for, they had facilities for training, which a lot of companies didn't do. And part of that entailed working the machine under supervision and sent to college to learn all the background.
What does a day in the life of a twist hand look like?
Terrible. You get up early in the morning, you come to work. In the old days, you used to put your job on, you used to run the machine before you even got undressed to change, before you had a cup of tea or anything, but now it's a bit more relaxed. You come in and you get sorted out before you start your machine, normally. Well, I come to work now about, I get up at 4:30 and I get here for 6. And the machines are running from 6 o'clock until when I leave, which is 3:30.
What's the best part of your job?
Going home. No, it's not. The best part, I like having people who are interested in asking questions about the machine. I like visitors coming around because they are interested, and it takes it away from the mundane operations of the machine, which sometimes can be not monotonous. If the machine's running well, we just have to watch it, maintain it, and sit down and drink tea.
What would you like people to know about your work or the lace making process?
That's a difficult one. I'd like people to know, when we get guests coming around and they see the mechanical side of the machine and they're impressed with it, I also like them to think that what I do is very technical. It might appear that when they see us that we're just standing around doing nothing, but that's not true. That's how it's supposed to look, because that means the machine's making production. So when the machine stops, that's when our skills come into fruition.
Please tell me about the process of making lace, all the machines involved.
Well, my job, my role actually means that I'll get a pattern number, I'll source out all the information regarding that pattern, and then that will enable me to put the pattern on the machine. We then have to put the jacquard cards on, which is basically the pattern, and then we have to make all the fabric changes, i.e. the yarns. If they've got different yarns in, we have to change them around and maybe put threads up that aren't being used at that particular time. It also involves changing the bar movements and that sort of thing.
What has changed over the years since you first started working as a twist hand?
Not a lot. There are different components on the machines that's been modernised, i.e. gears, trucks, which have been turned into nylon from cast. They made an improvement. We've got stops on the threads, so that when a thread comes down, it's supposed to stop the machine. It doesn't always work, but it's been better than it used to be, because in the old days you used to have to monitor. You used to have to walk up and down like a lion in a cage and monitor the face of work and make sure the fabric's not having any defects in it.
What advice would you give to someone interested in working in a lace factory?
Come along and try it. It's not everybody's cup of tea. In the old days it used to be a dirty trade. Now we don't use black lead anymore. It's which is a lubricant, a dry lubricant. We use a white powder, so everywhere's that little bit cleaner. At Cluny, most of the machines are being refurbished, so you're actually working on, in most cases, a decent machine. Where in the old times it used to be hit and miss, because these machines, they're over, some of them are over 100 years old and they wear out. I've never worked a brand new machine. I wouldn't know what it's like to work one, but some of the refurbished machines are quite good.
What are your hopes for the future of the lace industry?
Well, my future is to live till I'm 90 and stay here. I don't know how long the lace trade in this country will last. This is the last company. It's struggling to keep going. It's maintaining a certain level that employs us. I can only hope that it continues, or even reverses what the trade is, i.e. come from the Far East and come back here. But I can't see that happening because there's nobody to train people, and I don't think it could work.
When you heard about the project I'm doing, the lace piano, what are your thoughts about that?
Oh yes, that's a good point. Well, it sounds like a good idea. I don't understand it until I see it. But we've had ideas like let's make lace for jam pots. The company I worked for before, they wanted to wrap jam pots with like a doily of lace. That was a revolution idea as well. There's been many ways of using lace. Handbags, ties, suits, coats have all been made in lace, and they're all revolutionary to what it used to be, mainly lingerie. So they've had to spread out in order to become more diverse. So your idea is going to be educating people as to what lace is, and you're doing it in a way maybe that they've got better access and they can also understand it more than just coming to a machine and just standing there and watching it go, because they don't understand what it's doing.
Thank you so much, Polly.
You're welcome. That's it?